will have more build-around space for luggage and all that kind of stuff. And when an adventure bike falls over, there's a whole lot more things that can bust on them, and they're normally expensive to repair. So I think that's giving you an idea. That's my idea from what I've researched and all that kind of stuff. What I want out of you guys, I suppose, is if you can, in the comments, start listing bikes. Some of you guys might just list 100 bloody bikes or something like that. You know, yeah, just list bikes and say dual sport, and these are the ones that I reckon should be in the dual sport. And same with the adventure. What do you think should be in the adventure? Now, if we make a rule that only list stuff that you reckon, only stuff that is current. You know, something that's not made anymore. Don't list it. That's just pointless. With the exception of the poor, the Yamaha WR250, which apparently is not going to be made anymore. Chronicles of Solid did a bit of a talk about that, and Everride went crazy in the death of dual sports, and dual sports aren't going to die. They'll never bloody die. Yeah, and I don't know. People talk about the DR650, and if they'd update this and update that, and it's like, leave the bloody thing alone. It's fantastic. Sell it as it is, and then people like me and you guys out there, you do all the mods and you change it to be the way that you want it, because the way I want it may not be the way that you want it. So if Suzuki was to, which they won't, update the DR650 and put different forks and better brakes, I don't know, whatever the hell it is, it's just going to put the price up, and we've got to buy a more expensive bike and then change all that stuff anyway, because he doesn't like that. You know what I'm talking about. Cool. All right, so what do you reckon? And we might, I don't know, we might in other videos, we might you know, go to the DRZ bloody 400. Here's a photo of it, and blah 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 blah. Just quickly and briefly, and go through all the ones that we end up getting up on here. It'll most probably become a separate video. Now, this brings me to another thing. Mancave Tuesday is generally not really much about bloody motorbikes of late. It's all been about man cave stuff, and the whole building of this channel. I've had to, well, what I've got to do, because if we're going to build this channel, I've got to get more people subscribing to it to get it bigger. That's the whole purpose, and the bigger it gets, the more sustainable the channel becomes. You know, Patreon's bloody fantastic, and it's great. You know, we're up to $305 a month, but remember, $305 a month doesn't do much. I'm not putting that down because that's bloody fantastic, but if you know what I mean in the sense of sustainability of doing all this stuff. All right. So one of the things with, I'm going to change the angle. How's that? Change the angle. So one of the biggest problems with the Mancave Tuesday is it's Mancave Tuesday and there's lots of bits and pieces in it. So there's no keywords or no, someone's doing a search and it's not popping up because it's just Mancave Tuesday. And someone said to me, Mark, you should rehash some of the stuff that you've done in Mancave Tuesday and make it its own separate thing, because he said there were some things that I'd like to share to a mate to say, hey, check out this. But he's got to share the whole Mancave Tuesday and then find in between where all that is, kind of stuff. And I thought, well, that's pretty bloody, that's a fair decent request, I reckon. Now, whether I'm going to go back and redo the other stuff, I don't think so. But what that's bringing to me to now is Mancave Tuesday is still going to continue, but it's going to be more of a bouncing off thing. So I've already mentioned about the Transia stuff and all, and I don't know, but that's what it's going to be. And then obviously just Mancave stuff that me and Nate are dicking around in here, because I know you guys, most of you guys like it. I see that by each week how many views that we're getting on that, and it's very, very consistent. So that's telling me you guys are liking the stuff that we're doing in Mancave Tuesday at the moment. Another thing that's brought me to, discussing all this is like when me and Alistair are out doing the Postie Bike review, which is coming up on Friday. we were talking about stuff, and he made the comment, sorry Mark, but when you're not doing stuff with a motorbike, I don't want to watch it. And I said, yeah, well, that's fair enough. I mean, we've all got our own interests and whatever, and that's a fair call. But the problem that I have is that I've got, like Harry the Cruiser people that like that, and then I've got, the postie bike people that like the postie bike stuff, and then there's the DR650 stuff. So I've got such a wide, and then there's people that don't ride motorbikes and just love the stuff that I dick around with welding and man cave bullshit and whatever. And most probably rambling, guys, but you're just gonna have to listen to me. I don't care. I'm gonna change the ring. Whoop, whoop. There we go. So I've already started doing that. So having the Mancave motorcycle reviews. So that's its own separate thing. The Shit Easy camp cooking, motorcycle camp cooking. That's its own separate videos. You haven't seen the Trangia yet. You haven't seen the Trangia one's coming up. You're going to see it tomorrow. That's Wednesday. That's going to come live. So that's doing the gear review. So whether it's cooking, tents, sleeping stuff, motorcycle part, seat, whatever it is, that will be, those videos will be in a separate thing. And the reason for that is that will be only about that particular thing, which will hopefully get more views because it's more target specific, if you understand what I'm talking about. Half the time I don't. So where was I going with that? I don't know now. Now I'm losing my train of thought, and this is when we go into Whirlwill. Alright, so what I was trying to say with that is that I'm just basically trying to work out how to get more subscribers and likes and people to share the videos and all that kind of stuff, because that's what's going to grow the channel, and that in the end is what's going to make the channel more sustainable and continue just getting better and delving out into all bloody things with motorcycles and camping and man cave stuff. Alright, so there you go, guys. Now, so don't forget, in the comments, if you're going to comment in the bloody things today, do the dual sport. Tell me what you reckon we're going to put up in here, and then next week we'll have a quick look at that, or it might even go into, depending on what response we get, we might bloody bang it out into its own little video series. Not series, that's stupid. Alright, I'm shutting up. Cool. Well, there you go, guys. That's another Mancave Tuesday done and dusted. Hope everybody has a great week. Remember, drop those comments in about the dual sport and the adventure bikes. Tomorrow at 6 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time will be the review of the Transia that I do here. And on Friday, I haven't done the editing, so I'm hoping it's going to be Friday, will be the review of the good old postie bike, the Honda CT110. Should be lots of bloody fun, because I tell you, it certainly was. That's me and Alistair on the postie bikes. Cool, alright. Keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on bloody keeping on.